Right?
Not much, man. Not much. I just literally get going now. I think I've done it all right. I think it should be running about right. Eh?
Loving slippers.
You what?
Loving the slippers.
Oh, you like them? They're nice, aren't they? I just I don't know why it's gone real zoomed in now. Yeah. Right. I think it's running right. What was trip like? All right.
Yeah, just fucking Sunday drivers not laying down.
Sunday drivers. Sunday
Bit of rain
drivers.
on the road, man. Everyone's shitting themselves.
Yeah, well, it's bad that 62 anyway, isn't it?
No, it's rough.
Yes, people. We're just getting tuned up and whatnot. Yes, Sherwood, what you're saying? You're good. Just getting tuned up, bro. Let us know that you can hear us all right and that.
Yo.
Headphone
There we go.
Whoa. Oh. Right. Let's have a look. How's it going, Sherwood? You good, yeah? You want a drink?
Nah, I'm blessed, me, bro.
You good?
But, I'll read somewhere.
Oh,
Bit
yeah,
of
that
Red Bull.
fucking look is a Chit again and that.
Bit of Red Bull, bro. Bit of Red Bull.
Bit of Red Bull.
Sherwood, the live's on for about an hour tonight, mate.
Yeah. All clear. Sweet. Yeah, so we got a bit of a better setup this time. I have to get used to that camera. The camera could do it a bit wider. I might have to swap them round, but looks all right, doesn't it?
So where are you shooting from? There.
Yeah, that one's we've got that. So we've got that camera, yeah, and then we've got a down camera for when board's on, and then we've got windscreen, top down, and everything.
Sweet.
Window screw. So we'll just have a look at this. MCing techniques and bars and writing and whatnot. Kieran's got to be in on more shows anyway, and then we've got to have others in as well. So you'll see how it goes. Anyway, it's got to be every 2 weeks. This. So we've invested a bit into the lighting and the cameras and the setup. So as you can see, it was a lot better than last time. Just a few teething problems, but we'll get there. This time you got a face-on view, so you're out having a look at the back of his head. Yes, Nathan, you all right?
I'm so, have a look at back of my head up front of it.
But
it's all good. Get used to it.
That's mic level there, Kieran. So obviously it's
yeah.
got a limiter on, so it won't go over point thingy. But if you see yourself dropping down here, it's also got a compressor and everything on.
Well, as you know, I'm humble, so.
And what would you call it? That's better. My seat goes down. So I've got another seat coming anyway. And then we got
one from good old Argos, cheapest chips.
Yeah, no, she's got me one for Christmas, bro.
Oh.
I don't know, fancy times, eh? Anyways, we've got D.B.A coming in as well. D.B.A's got to come in and have a word with, because with Matt as well, as we were saying on last stream as well, is Matt's come a long way, hasn't he? He's come a long way, so
definitely.
Matt's got to have to squeeze his head in there somewhere. But what we'll start off with Kieran's. We'll start off with Kieran's verse on "Had to Leave," which is a good starting point.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So we'll switch over there and we'll have a look.
Squeeze me a
look at that. Let me sort this camera out, boys. Sorry. It's just.
Should have brought my glasses.
You want your glasses?
Yeah, I can't read shit on there with that light now.
It's hang on, just bear with us. It's just thingy. We're having a few reconnect device, refresh device, none, refresh device. Don't know why it does that. Add. Yeah, so camera 2, iPhone. What is it doing? Oh well, there goes his other camera, bud. But yeah.
What have you done?
No, it won't pick that other camera up, but you know. What's this? Sounds good quality. Can you keep this on so I can watch this after? Yeah, well, what'll be happening? What'll be happening, Sherwood, will be. What'll be happening is once it's finished, mate, it'll be loaded straight up to the YouTube channel, so you can always come back, or if you have to rush off, or something, or you have to get off, you can come back and it'll be on his channel. Every single episode we do now will be uploaded to the channel. Now we've got it set up proper. I have to remember to look this way rather than looking at that screen there, you know what I mean? I don't know why, it should be coming up here, but again, it's teething problems. But yeah, so they'll all be uploaded, mate. So as I say, we just 1 or 2 little TV problems and that lot, but we'll get to the bottom of it. It's just not picking up his other camera here, which I can't understand why, but it's always usually picks it up, but don't seem to be picking it up today. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. But yeah, well. But anyways, yeah. So we'll have a look at Kieran's bars on here. So we'll have a listen to this, and we'll go from here. Let's have a look, Kieran, then.
I still love you. I hope you know. I hope you know. Can't deny the truth. We were never meant to be. Sorry I had to leave. Sorry I had to leave.
More times than not, we make the place pop. Hands in the air and watch the beat drop non-stop. Ain't giving in till we're on top. We rock, and you're watching when we're hitting up a spot. And I can't wait to shine. I gotta break the lines with amazing rhymes. I'm just chasing mine. No wasting time, the whole team's inside. Are you ready for a new vibe? Rerun it with new projects. I've already done it ahead of my time, and I've already spun it. Old school when I roll, yeah, we're already done it. Yeah, we're reaching the top, and we call it a summit. I'm here, I gotta make this mountain mine. Had it and I've lost it countless times. Was onto the lows, wouldn't love the grind. So DJ, put it for me one more time. I'm back, been away for 2.
So, yes, Kieran.
Yes, no.
So,
Yes, no.
um,
More times than not, wouldn't it?
yeah. So how did you come about starting that then? Because like obviously we gave you that track. Did we give that one short notice?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Did I not? Did I not write that in studio?
I don't know.
I did. Yeah.
You tell us. You tell
Yeah,
us.
I did. I wrote that in studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, a 16 come up on it, and yeah, I were there. So I did my thing. I think because the thing with me is I'm everyone will know me as a freestyler. So to write, it's usually for me it's difficult, but I don't know, like being in that environment and having everyone egging you on, it's sort of like I don't know, it just come out really like verbal diarrhea.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I try to keep it simple as possible, so it won't like I know there's bits of it where I go in depth and stuff, but like off the fly I wanted it to be relatable for people, but at the same time like kind of tell a little bit of a story because I've been away for so long. So that was sort of like the first major video that I've done in a long time.
Yeah, true. Like, what would you advise to someone who wants to learn to count music? Because starting off, first of all, to MC or be able to rap, you need to be able to count music, don't you? So
yeah.
I mean, it's 4 to the floor is quite easy because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, innit? You know what I mean? It's straight 4 to the floor, if that makes sense. But
there's a lot of things you can apply to the 4 though, because it's such a simple thing, like in a half step or anything like that. So it's quite direct. It's
that's what I'm saying.
you know,
Yeah.
So you've got to sort of I don't know. It's easy. It's simple, but at the same time you've got to keep it simple and try and be interesting for people as well, which is very difficult to do. But it's not impossible. It's all about getting your words in the right place, how you construct things. So, like I've got a thing where I call it the rule of 4. So, you count the 4 beats.
Yeah.
Within the 4 beats, you've got 4. So you've got 4 beats to a bar. Then you've got your 4 bars.
Yeah.
Then 4 of them 4 bars added together is your 16. If you wanted to double that up, it goes to a 32. So it's all on 4s. So use words that are in abundance, I'd say.
Yeah.
Because then you've got more room to fit things in. Don't try and be difficult with it.
That's it, innit? I mean, like Sherwood saying here, yes, fades are good, yeah. Like Sherwood saying here, man, like to start off, the easiest way to start off MCing or rapping is to be like 1, 2, 3, 4. So you want your rhymes to land on. So if we run your video back and we'll just play. So
New projects, I've already done it ahead of my time, and I've already.
so yours is like it's pretty easy really. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What I found with that is like you took that last word right up to the very end of that beat, don't you? But you can. There's ways of writing, so you can write on the end of every bar, have a rhyme on the end of every bar, or on a half bar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I always switch between the two. If I was going to write lyrics on, when I'm writing lyrics or a hook or something, I'll switch between the two. And like, there's loads of different ways. Like if you look at Razza on this video as well, he breaks and uses a word to switch onto a different rhyming word. You know what I mean? Hang on, cause Matt's here. Is he here? What's he doing? Standing at the front door?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, but.
I don't know if I flicked lock on my in that.
Oh, just text him or tell it to come in. There's time to walk in, doors unlocked. Yeah, so yeah, same again like with fades as well. If we go through, we'll go through each MC and we'll discuss the rhyming techniques and that. I mean, everyone's different. Some are a lot more effective keeping it simple, and others can be a lot more skippy with the beat. So the best advice I could give, which I've heard someone else give to someone else, was go listen to other MCs inside and outside of your chosen genre, and have a listen to them and listen to the flow. And some MCs and rappers have got a very distinct flow, aren't they, or a very distinct sort of way of rapping and rhyming. So it's worth checking others out and listening to others for definite. He's got one another splitter in, isn't he? I'm saying that he's on it for and listening to the beats, isn't it? But yeah, you know what?
So what's everyone saying?
No, we've got fades in. Fades is locked on, so we'll go through fades bit as well, and maybe fades can put a bit into the comment section as well. We'll have to get fades through. We've got a notepad here as well. What we're going through. Making sense with lyrics, Kieran. Now that's a difficult one, especially if you're new.
Yeah.
Back in the day though, like these garage MCs, you could just get away with pretty much just flowing, couldn't you? If you had a good flow, you didn't really have to sort of.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot that you needed to say. You've got a lot of like the more underground, like drum and bass garage MCs where it's more.
Yeah.
With it itty bitty wah, with it itty bitty wah, with it itty bitty wah, when you walk with the flow. You know,
True.
You just use more
Oxide
more
and Neutrino
tones,
did a lot of that.
more
Matt,
tones and stuff. Yes, now.
I'll tell you, like same with the drum and bass and that though. Like yes, Matt was saying, you're good, bro. I'll have to get you a splitter from thingy from Loft, but then you get people who come along, like drum and bass has come a long way as well, like Traumatic, people like Traumatic and that lot, like Skibber D back in the day could get away with it because his flow was, he was one of them, wasn't it? So we've got D.B.A in the building now, so right there,
yo.
but yeah, so Matt's come a long way MCing and that, haven't you?
Yeah.
You have. Yes, you have.
You have, yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt, from the first time you've gone away and took on board every bit of criticism and help that people have given you, and
there we go.
come back like a fucking
Yeah,
MC on
come back,
steroids, man, I swear. That last tune you dropped was fucking sick.
Yeah, I've got that on here somewhere. I'll try to find it. But yeah, making sense with lyrics, it's easier said than done. Because you can go on and start talking a lot of shit, can't you?
Yeah.
And really.
But there again, for someone who's starting out and isn't really, so, let's say, for a nicer way of putting it, intricate with the bars.
Yeah.
Use words that are in abundance because they're a lot more simpler, like would, could, should, would.
Yeah, true.
It makes it a lot easier for you to write stuff that can be relatable for people. So like street, walking down the street, riding a new beat, people they see me, you know that I'm unique.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Keep it to a point where it's easy to listen to for people, because you've got to understand that no matter how impossible. You want your lyrics to sound and good at the same time. You've got to remember that it's normal people that 99.9% will be listening to your music.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, some of like your metaphors and your similes will just go straight over an average person's head, whereas us as lyricists will sit there and analyse and listen. Some other people will just think, oh, sounds sick, that, yeah, and they'll repeat it. So
Yeah.
the easier you keep it, the better it is, because your audience can then as well join in when you're performing it and stuff like that, and when they're listening to it.
That's true. This is what I was saying about. Keeping it simple, yeah, but effective. Like Marky has a very, on the surface it seems very simple. His flow, it seems very simple, but it's effective. You know what I mean? But underneath there's probably a lot more going on there. Like, but
his undertones are
yeah, and it's how you come across as well. But you've got to make sense with your lyrics. Like, so if who's on next bit on that? Is it Mark? It's Marky, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we'll have a listen to Marky's next bit, and we'll have a look through his.
Yeah, put it for me one more time.
I'm back, been away for too long. Who's on market beat on the new one? Move on the Polaris with a roof on, and a Kawasaki, that's a brand new one. Get your groove on, dancing shoes on a bike with motorbike boots on. I've been caught in a car, I guess that we move on. In a bike chase, I am yet to lose one. No gas, no cap on the mic, and I don't like me, but the mum does minor. I'm a rhymer, sick freestyler. Kick off your door in my Hugo slider. What's cracking my mush? Not another motherfucker could attack it like us. Bradford life brought up as bikers, creeping around Kens for your best Chinese.
Go daft, put the city on the map. Big white said.
Yeah, so like that mark is there. It's like it lands on the end of the every bar, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It lands on the end of the every bar. So, but then he goes into half bars, and he knows where to put them half bars. That makes his flow effective. You know what I mean? But then, what did you do on that waiting games? What's that? That's like every half bar, that, isn't it? Even more so, is it like you're rhyming on every beat at one point, aren't you, through that?
Yeah, I were putting in as many possible syllables that were easy to get out.
Yeah.
It were to write that were difficult, because to write it were easy. To recite it in a manner where I wanted it to come across it was so fucking hard.
So
It took me about 2 weeks to get it spot on end to end. And
Yeah.
then about 4 months to learn it.
There's a lot of fucking words crammed in there, though, isn't there? It's like there's a lot of words crammed in. Like when I first heard it, I was like, "Yo, what the fuck, man?" And it's
If
just
I were to
like,
slow it down, it's easily like probably about 128 bars.
is
If I were
it?
to add more syllables
Yeah, I get
into
yeah.
it and stretch it out, but I were literally like, I had maybe 2 syllables and then I would drop in my next rhyme word in, another 2 syllables, next rhyme word. I was just trying to be as fast as possible where I'm making sense and not talking gibberish, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're
It's as I say, it's hard. How did you find it, Matt, having to sort of like make sense? Because like the first bars you was putting out in studio and that lot, like you could see like the sense was trying to be there, but and then
I found, especially just lately, what I've tried doing is starting with my rhyming word at the end, and
Right.
then seeing what I can fit in between that, and seeing what works best in between them bars. So at times, even like obviously when you've got 4 bars, if you know your last bar, then then working backwards from it.
yeah.
That's what I've found is working a little bit at the moment.
Yeah, so I'm
Does
just
that
trying to
as
find your
well,
track. Yeah, it's it's
you
come a long way,
painted
like
them, aren't you?
yeah,
You've
fades.
got your
Yeah.
main structure. Because that's what I'd say to anyone really, is do a brainstorm for your 16s and bring out your 4 favourite words for each 4 bar, and
Yeah.
then put them down. Then you've got your 16, and then, like you say, work backwards, basically.
I've been doing a lot of spider diagrams as well,
Yeah.
Oh what?
like spider diagrams. So obviously,
Brainstorming.
yeah, brainstorming. So basically, like if you think about what you want to rhyme about, so say like clubbing,
Yeah.
and then everything that comes with
From
clubbing
that,
off
drinks,
of that. So
flashing
rings,
lights.
flashing lights, yeah, all
yeah.
that kind of stuff.
That's not a bad idea.
I've done that a
yeah,
couple of
yeah.
times.
And then
Yeah, it does
thinking, obviously, Keith told me about getting a thesaurus, so I got
Yeah.
one of them, and then looking at words that are similar to, you know, that obviously mean the same, but they're a different word and that kind of stuff.
Bringing intellect to the bassline community.
Yeah. Like Faith said, he finds it easier to write bars without the beat because you can really get into depth and think about your bars.
I've got to. Everyone's different, but for me, I've got to completely disagree with that because you can overstructure things.
Yeah.
Doing that.
I found like with what I've produced for people, if they have the track to write to, like Had to Leave, you had that through. Everyone had that for a few weeks. You know what I mean? And when someone writes to a specific track, there is a different flow. Like the hi hats will be different; they'll be looser or tighter and stuff like this. Or you know what I mean? The bass line will be tighter or looser or give you a bit more room. Won't it? So I mean, each to their own. If that works, doesn't it? But I do find the overall end product, if you give the track to the artist, it does result in a better.
I think for you, for Fades, you'll be able to do that because you've come from a bit more of a grimy, rappy kind of background.
Yeah.
Whereas for me, you've got to have the beat there for the bass line because it kind of. It brings the atmosphere is different with every different bassline song, so you've got to sort of get a feel for how the organ is. Like if the organ's dark and deep and like dum 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 dum, you've got to have like hard hitting bars. Whereas if it's more of a summery tune, you've got to bring out like talking about going out and partying and barbecues and stuff like that. So I think for rap, definitely you can do it without the beat because it's a lot slower.
Yeah. What's those boys? What's those? How much of me?
YouTube getting the right view. Believe it or not, Paul does go to the gym.
I don't anymore.
He does eat healthily.
I've been at the gym for fucking time, man. I just wanted to see what the camera was like. I don't know if it's working.
He's trying out the dad box.
Look at that review. That's real.
There we go.
No, but as I say, it's thingy. It's a bit of each to their own, innit? I mean,
everyone's different. You're gonna find a way that's gonna work for you better than works for someone else, and someone else has got a way that works better for them.
Yeah.
For me,
I find it works to a degree as well, though, writing without a beat.
Yeah.
Because then you just go back and
you've less influence from the music as well to sort of push you in the direction of what you're writing about. Yeah. I can agree with that, but like I say, everyone's different. Like for me, I can't really speak on what works for me because I can do things in a multitude of ways. So it's like, I don't want to give people advice on how I do things because 95% of the time I wing it.
Yeah.
So it's one of those. It's writing something that I don't do a lot of, but when I do it, it's just like I don't know. It comes from somewhere.
Let's just try this other camera out, guys.
There we go.
Here we go. Better, innit? I was like, that other camera ain't working with us in certain things, so I've had to do it that way. But I need to get you a splitter, don't I, Matt? We're organised today, aren't we? It's organised. Let's skip past this shit house here. Let's skip past him. Well, who have we got on next? We've got Razza. I wanted to have a look at Razza's bars because
no, it's Chippy. Then
oh, is it Chippy? Chippy, yeah, Chippy. Sorry, yeah. So we'll have a look at Chippy's. Yeah.
Girl with a big back, man with a slick back. This is a big track, gold like a sick pack. Time for the chit chat, fresh like a tic tac. Joints like a big bat, ravers get back. Roll with the music, back with the new shit. Down floor, move it, we ready do this. Yeah, with the smoothies, had to be the coolest. No rest for the wicked man, it's only for the foolish. Money maker, I like paper. I'm a risk taker, down floor shaker. Rude boy raver, taste that flavour. I'm a heartbreaker, girl, I'll take her. I'm a big whopper, showstopper, drip dropper, plant cropper, top shotter, back with a shocker. Think you're on fire, I'm hotter.
Yeah, so I mean, Chippy comes in. He's on every bar there, isn't he? His rhymes on every end of every bar, innit?
I think he's always wrote on a forest, Chippy.
Yeah.
Which it's like I say, it's simple. It's easy. People can pick it up and listen to it. Because it's not like you're trying to put too much in the sentence.
Yeah.
Girl with a big back, man with a slick back.
Yeah, yeah.
But like you say, the rhyming words are there and they're prominent because the p. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. It's on the beat, innit, there. But like as Fade says, he's got a very distinctive flow, Chippy. Like when we went when we went to that party, right, everybody knew every single lyric, and it's mad. It's mad. I mean,
I was happy. No one knew me. It were bliss. It was getting hounded, and I was just like, yeah, I'm just K13. I'll stay over here. We're ace. I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right, and like that Collected did as well. Like what he did for Sluggy as well is like it's people know the words to it, which is a hard thing to be able to do. You've got to be slow enough where people can sing along, but then have a flow to be able to keep that ear, you know, to keep that attention there.
Be distinctive enough for people to want to recite it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So and then Razza. What we'll come on to this, but making breaks in your lyrics is just as important as the lyrics themselves and the flow itself in it. You know, having that break to pause and like
breathe.
Yeah. Like you did it on that unreleased track, Illicit. You skip the first beat, don't you? And then you come in, and that has a big. I find that on the right track, has more of an impact than just dropping in on the first beat. Like that definitely worked on that beat, did that. But
that should get on in the house with Sluggy, you know.
Yeah, he'll get there when he's ready. Like when Sluggy, you don't want to be going on there. This is the thing as well. Like you've got to be patient. That's another note we've got down there. You've got to be patient because you put out a bad track. Yeah, that's what people have got to remember you for. You know, if your first track's out and it's bad, but. We'll have a look at. We'll have a listen to Raz's.
Supply and demand and shit. Classic dealers, German whips, and I'm loving these sexy curves and hips with a big backfires and a dub D tits. Yes.
It's that yes there. Yes there. You see where he uses that yes, and he uses it to switch his rhyming word, doesn't he? You know what I'm saying? Which
it gives him a break as well because he's overfilled the sentence, but give enough space to then come back in quickly.
Shit. Classic dealers, German whips, and I'm loving these sexy curves and hips with a big backfires and a dub D tits. Yes. Taking the piss, make noise round. Taking your bitch, Thierry on me.
Instead of it being a full sentence, just then give yourself a chance to breathe.
That's some of it. Yeah.
And I'm taking a piss.
That's I can remember saying to us, it comes up on this bit here. I was saying, why don't you swap that word out for this word? But he said no, because then that flows into that's even a further going into flow, and that's even different because like just this bit here.
Goes up for sales, hit licks when I'm on my own. Hit you, double L, rep that big bottle of the goose, and I'm ready to go.
Like that big bottle of H double L, rep that big bottle of goose, and I'm ready to go. I said to him, big bottle of goose, and go to neck that, but he says ready to go allows me to go into my next rhyming word. Do you know what I mean? So there's lots of ways you can get around this flow and everything and whatnot.
Royalties come to collect my throne, but she be going diggy, blowing up my phone. Shit, madness, parties, 5-day benders. We be going silly with the whole city members.
So yeah, I mean, that's the thing about this. That's the thing about this collective thing, isn't it? There's loads of different MCs with loads of different sort of flows and that, and everyone brings something different. We'll have a look at Switch It because Fades has got a different flow completely as well. Like you know what I mean, and it's distinctive as well. But we'll have a look at them shortly. But what else we got on his notes then, Kieran? We've already gone over that. Importance of break, syllable counting, Kieran, for flow. Syllable. Do you count syllables? I don't count them if I'm writing a hook. I know Jamie Gill counts them, doesn't he? That's how he works it. He counts his syllables, doesn't he?
No. If the word doesn't work, then like Matt said, I'll bolt thesaurus out. I'll try to find something that means the same but either less or more. I don't really count them so much unless it's something that's impacting on my break for breath. Yeah. Anything like that. So that's when I'll change it. What?
You have to talk at Mike, bro. It's not picking you up. You chonged you.
I'm very stoned, innit? I'm living the life. So anyway, as I was saying. Yeah. So you've got to think about breathing. So I don't really count syllables. More so as if the word's too much, and you can't get it in without getting a nice break in for your next sentence or your next 4 bars, then it goes away and.
Yeah, that's fair enough, innit? But I know Jamie counts syllables because he goes on like 10 syllables, he reckons. But then again, it's like 10 syllables ain't always got to work because if you've got a slower tempo beat, you can get more syllables in, can't you? So, but I think he worked.
Or if you're skillful enough with words, you can get more syllables into the same.
He's mad
short
for syllable
space.
counting his German now.
Yeah.
Is what?
I'm mad for it.
Mad for it. Yeah, it doesn't always work though, does it? Because you got to have the same flow over different tempos, but on a track what's 126 compared to a track what's 135, there's got to be a lot more room on the 126 being able to MC in words wise, isn't there? You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So it's KS350Z. He's black mush. He's black. Well, as we said, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel because this and every other episode here there out will be uploaded automatically to the YouTube channel, so it'll always be sat there. So if you do have to get off and you feel like you've missed something, you can always just go log on channel and find it there. But yeah, so I mean, as I say, listening to others inside and outside of your genre as well. Like I know Marky was, when he was giving someone advice, he told them to go listen to like the likes of Silky and Jordan McCann for, listen to 10 of their tracks a day for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? And Fades did it as well. Fades did it, didn't he, when he come back for that Switch It? He went away and he listened to like people within our genre for 3 days and he come back with a total different flow, didn't he? So, I mean, to be able to do that though, you've got to be able to take it in, and I'm past that age of being able to take in. Like I can sit down and read a book, man, and I'll be like, what the fuck have I just read? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I get age, innit? But let's get Matt's track up. So this is like the first time Matt sent me a track or showed me some lyrics and that lot, like. Yeah, it was a bit off at that. Like it's like someone said here, the first tracks he put out were a bit dead, but he's come back hard. Like so, that's what Sher was saying. But there's another thing as well. If you've got to be in limelight, you've got to be able to take criticism, haven't you? Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? It's if you've got to be in front of that camera or in front of that mic, it's all right being a producer in background and that. You know what I mean? If it's a shit beat, nobody really cares who's meant to beat really.
That's what I wanted from the start. The criticism.
Yeah, you've got to.
Because I'm never going to improve otherwise.
No. It's all good.
You've got to have a certain mindset of being able to take criticism though. Prime example, I've had this guy who's just popped up out of nowhere on my Facebook. I won't name names, I won't put him out there or anything like that, but he's been MCing and to be quite honest with you, it's fucking horrific.
Is it?
And someone's bigging him up saying this is fire, doing more, and I'm saying, listen pal, if you want a hand learning how to write things that are going to make sense and sound right, I'll help you, not a problem.
Yeah.
I said otherwise, don't listen to all these blowing smoke up your ass, because to be perfectly honest with you need to hear this from someone who knows what they're on about.
Yeah.
It sounds shocking.
Yeah.
So you need to think about what you're doing, because someone's setting you up for humiliation and failure here, which I don't find nice for people to do.
No, it's right. You can't have yes men around your time, can you?
So he wanted to choose to be ignorant towards that and said, watch my next freestyle, and that was just a shit. So yeah, just.
You've got to tell them as hard as it is. You've got to tell them, or you can put it in two ways, can't you? You can say, listen, man, that's shit. Yeah, you have to try better than that. Or you can say, just wait. Like what we did with that, you know what I mean? But he's waited, and like as we say, like no. You've got to be honest with people because you won't improve. And like when we come into the studio, that with me, you and Chippy on it when we sat in the studio. Yeah, Pirate gave us 4 hours because Matty complained about a broken wire. So
nice one. Nice one.
we got a full night's work done. But yeah, and Fades. I mean, like people like again with Fades and that everyone's helped Matt, and like Fades again going down studio with him. So you've got to have people around you that'll tell you the truth and like. There's always that thing.
About it, you just got to understand that the criticism that you're going to get is from people actually wanting you to do better.
You've got to be patient. You can't. Same when you're in studio. Like we was in that studio and it took us 2-3 hours to get the hook laid down because like there's always that warm up period in the studio, isn't there? You know, a Digit does it as well. Like you go in Digit and he's a bit rusty in that. He comes in and he gets warmed up and he's like, yeah, it's all right. And then we're sitting down and we're like, right, Digit, you need to record that again. And then I think about that 4th or 5th take, it starts coming together. But we're saying with Matt was like, right, we did the first 4 bars, and then the second 4 bars. It was like, right, now record it as one. It was like, right, go back in, man. It was in and out like a fucking yo-yo, but this is the end result of it, though. Well, it would be fucking end result if what do you call it? If Reason was set up in a fashion that it'd play through, but Ah, no. It's because I ain't using Reason no more, am I? Moved on to Ableton now. Right, here we go. Right, back. So, right, you know what it is, Matt? Yeah, that's not the newest version. You know, let me find this newest version. You know what I did the other week? Yeah, I forgot who come round. Someone come round. Who was it? It was sat here. Oh, it was Sam and Jamie. It's like Sam's like, show me Chippy's new track, and I was like looking for ages. You know where I found it? In recycle bin. I was like, because my hard drive started getting folded up and that lot. I was like, oh shit. Right, let me find it. I think it's on this external drive from studio, innit? Matt's version 3. There we go. Matt is alright. I found it. Keep them in safekeeping now. Yeah. Yeah, but I found it in recycle bin. Like,
Collective TV, well organised.
Yeah. Okay, we'll get there. TV problems.
I'm glad I'm not controlling all that stuff.
Sam's here. Oh, is that Connor? Got any MC tunes? You got any MC tunes?
Loads.
Loads. What can you send me them now?
Did you not see what I sent to that guy?
Nah, but you can't know that on here, bro. You can't be baiting man out on here. Let's see. Like, Sam's here now anyway, big boy producer anyway, so he's got to come on and start telling us that my hi-hats are loose and like needs compressing and that's out of whack and all sorts of shit. So let's have a look then. So this is Matt's new track.
Get dingy with it, get skippy with it on the back wheel of a 250, ripping on it on the back lane and the back end, kicking on it, blues all around, but you know they can't keep up with it. No, they can't keep up with it. No, they can't keep up with it on the back lane and the back end, kicking on it, blues all around, but you know they can't keep up with it. I love it when it's time to go dingy on a track, all the girls inside from the front to the back, no need for the pause, go look up the Snapchat, end of the night, you'll be dripping out the back. And we land on time, rolling up outside in RS5. Watch how we enter, watch come alive, watch us bring the full team inside.
So yeah, as you can see the difference there with Matt. He's wrote a hook. He's wrote a 16. Was that a 16 or did we do 8? 8, wasn't it? Yeah. So as you can see the difference there with Matt, but that goes to just show the patience, doesn't it? Right? I mean, how did you develop that lyric from what you showed me? Because when you first showed me that, it didn't sound half as quick as that. And like how did you go about filling that in then?
I just listened. I was sat. In fact, I was waiting for Chippy one night to go out of the studio, and I just had the same tune on. It wasn't anything like that. It was just I think it was a bit faster BPM.
Yeah.
And I would just kept putting stuff to it, adding stuff in, and then eventually just filling it out.
How did you go about filling it out? Like,
I don't know really. It was just like test and adjust kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I was seeing if something worked, and then if not, taking something out, maybe adding something in, and just moving forward with it that way. But I spent a lot of time in the studio just on my own as well, just where I could zone out and just, keep going with it.
Yeah, I mean the hook as well. The hook. I mean, we took the hook from something, didn't we? And it was the hook.
Yeah, that was from.
That was from a different one, wasn't it? But that was 2 different flows. The reason we took that out of that because of that, like, the 4 bars after was a different flow, wasn't it? So I think this is a hook here, isn't it?
Get dingy with it, get skippy with it on the back wheel of a 250, ripping on it on the back lane and the back end, kicking on it, blues all around, but you know they can't keep up with it. No, they can't keep up with it. No, they can't keep up with it on the back lane and the back end, kicking on it, blues all around, but you know they can't keep up with it. Get dingy with it, get skippy with it on the back wheel of a 250, ripping on it on the back lane and the back end, kicking on it, blues all around, but you know they can't keep up with it. Get dingy with it on the back wheel of a 250, ripping on it. Get dingy with it.
I think that's all right, isn't it? That it's all right. Like Chippy as well. Like again, like it comes back to like having to tell the MC to switch up because what's this, Matt? 129. And like, have you heard Chippy on this? No.
It's a mad one, I'm a bad one. Talk about RS4s and a bad one. Even black one, bookies and black one. Buckle up bitches, everybody shout one. Trades up, stab one, kidnap, grab one. If anybody comes in my way, I'll attack one. Make a big fat one, got be a pat one. An RS4 hard for the map, black one.
It comes in different on that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It comes in different, doesn't it, on that? That's what we're saying.
Able to go like a little bit lower with it.
Yeah, I know, that's what we're saying. Like when you drop that in it, Matt, when you drop that in the studio, I mean, You know, I've been outside and whatnot for a smoke, but fucking he come in with that. It's just like, we're just like, you just got to have to tone it down just a bit, mate, because like, it's not a mad track, you know what I mean? But,
you got to think, though, we're all used to like 140.
Yeah, 140, I know.
140, that's why we can write in the way that we write, because we used to spitting like fucking happy hardcore MCs, man.
Yeah. It was quick that though, innit it? Have you heard 140 nowadays? Have you listened to 140, like that 140 bassline stuff? I say me, I was like, how the fuck did they dance to that? Never mind, like, you know what I'm saying? This is it, it's mad, innit? But
we didn't used to dance to it. What not dancing about? We made like a mosh pit in a club.
Yeah, but yeah, Fades makes a good point there, is how Chippy, you know, he emphasises words, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not even with ad-libs that neither. I know MCs we've recorded with, they can emphasise words for ad-libs, can't they? But the very sort of harmonic of how the MC, they can bring that same tonality back time and time again. But this is a good track to, when it comes down to recording your MCs as well. You've got to add a bit of interest in, like, sometimes we'll do a centre, left and right, recording with delay and everything, and then we leave that down to Funk to sort out, because when we go in studio, it's just like smash record, that's it, boys, that'll do. Send it to Sam, and Sam's usually like, what the fuck is this tunes that I've done here? It's like the clicks and pops in it, someone's kicked mic, so you can hear you like in background. Sam's got like two noise gates on every single fucking channel we recorded and that lot. But yeah, it's a good track to thingy, because we laid this up, didn't we, Matt? So let's go back to his top down. We laid this up. Let's have a look. I'll see if I can remember zooming buttons. So yeah, you've got Matt's ad-libs. No, we'll do it chorus. Like, you've got your take there, Matt.
Yeah.
I love it when it's time to go dinghy on a track. All the girls inside from the front to the back.
And then you've got your ad-libs. But we also did with this is we pitched down the hook, didn't we? And then what we did is each of us recorded Matt's lyrics. So underneath the ad-libs and the layer you put underneath, like when you record something, you put a layer underneath usually, and it just adds a bit more presence to it. But what we did with this is Chippy recorded it, then I recorded it, and then Matt recorded it. So throughout, every time the hook comes back in, there's a different tonality to it, you know what I'm saying? So you've got to think about that as well, and where you put in you can left and right and can't you, and put in like vocal chops and everything. But the mics down the studio aren't bad, are they?
No, they're not bad.
There was all right when we first started going down there. They're fucked now.
They've had a bit of ammo.
Yeah. You go in and they'll be on floor and whatnot, man, and like, what the fuck? Me and Chippy went in and there was alcohol everywhere, and we said to him, we messaged him and we said, yeah, there's alcohol spilt all over the desk and that, and there was like bottles and everything all over, and you know what they said? They said, oh, cleaning cupboards down corridor. It was like fucking, those like cheeky bastards, man. But yeah, so you've got to bear in mind like your ad libs and whatnot. So let's just so this is Matt's hook here. Just so you've got your left, your right, your hook centre, and then you've got your pitch down as well, haven't you? And then all together.
I love it when it's time to go dinghy on a track. All the girls inside from the front to the back. No need for the post, go look up the Snapchat. End of the night, you'll be dripping like a back. And we land on time, rolling up outside in RS5. Watch how we enter, watch come alive. Watch us bring a full team inside.
I think it's good. It's catchy, innit?
Yeah.
Catchy, innit? I showed someone that. I showed them Matt first time and the thing, and I was like, nah. And I showed them that, and I was like, who's that? You know what I mean?
It's nice because there's not too much to it, so you could just keep dropping in and out of them little eights, and it's very catchy.
Yeah, as Fade says, you've improved a lot, but like Fade says, it depends on the room as well. Like the room in Pirate are all right. They're dead enough. I think the curtains let them down. That fire blanket, what they put up. I think that's a shortcoming of that booth there. If it was a proper fire door, which would be very easy to install there. I don't know whether it's for safety reasons or whatever, that curtain, you know what I mean? But you ever been sat in Pirate and ever thought what happens is a fire and you get locked in here and you can't get out?
Cheers, mate.
Yeah.
But yeah, fucking...
Someone's amp blowing up now.
Yeah.
I'm not saying not to.
But fucking
Can we hire another room next time?
Yeah.
Close to the door.
Well, them sound cards, it's like when we plug recording laptop in, it's like them sound cards. If we knock that wire in, it crashed the whole session. Like, them sound cards aren't cheap, you know. Them sound cards, me and Sam was looking at. Obviously, everything's gone up in price now, hasn't it? With what's going on with fucking world and that. But them sound cards are fucking. I think they're 580 quid, you know. Because we was looking at them, me and Sam, and we was like, how much are they? What is it? It's a pre-claret, innit? And like that absolutely fucked, like that's a 4, it's a claret 4 what they've got down there. 490 quid.
Wow.
490 quid, and me and Marky have been down there and Channel 1's been fucked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, people just, that's the only thing about that place. Same with the mics are £300, the speakers are 600.
Don't matter where you go, whether you're sat in session with people or not, people don't understand, appreciate or respect equipment 95% of the time.
No, it's a dear old fucking doing, people don't realise. So, what else have we got? Turn that off. So let's have a look at Fades. Where is it? Here we go. Let's have a look at Fades.
Alright, Fitbit.
Get rid of that. But yeah, I mean, it's one of them, innit? Let's have a look. So, Fades. Where's Fades coming after us, innit? Get rid of that sausage there.
Get to bust on the speaker, night kicks on my sneaker, big two weeks.
Is he after? You what?
Does he have to chip it?
Is he after Chip here? I can't remember. I don't listen to this track. I'm not too proud of this track.
Not no dreamer, where's been cashing like a drug dealer. Be a leader, big believer. On the other side, the grass is more greener. Winner, not a loser, big whip bruiser. Big barrels on a long no shooter. This one double motor school like a super. It's a remix and function producer. Option chooser, do it hit the Cooper. Jump in a rummer, 7-seat trooper. Feds in the cougar, ride a maneuver. Got no lights, so looks like a Uber.
Whoever knew I would be an MC, said it's party time, so you'll pass me a key. Body on my left, wanna fuck with a G, said a real game, better when she chokes on D.B.A. It's a Bradford thing, I get on the mic and I shout.
I like that as well, where Fades puts in that ad lib there, and it's just it's again, it goes back to having that point to break and breathe in it, because I do believe this is slow for Fades, isn't it? This. Isn't it usually grime, and he can do bass line at 140, can't he? I've heard him on drum and bass, and he's quick on drum and bass, like fast as fuck.
It's a Bradford thing, I get on the mic and I shout this thing. A real traveller with a keeper in. Now hit my line when the packs come in. Bradford City, run from the kitties. Porcupines when I talk to the piggies. SATC, David, my killies got a grind for this cash while we're racking this lizard. We're little bastards, did you on a Raptor? GTD, I ain't talking to Astra. Smoke on the tyres that burn like a Rasta. AJ Tracy live with the pastor.
Yeah, man, it's
What do you know about misbehaving, la?
I forgot about Romeo and there.
There he is.
I forgot about Romeo and there.
Is he tuned in?
Yeah. Nah, it won't be now, will he? That track flopped, he don't want to know us lot now, does he? yeah, he don't want to know us lot now, but yeah, but like Fade's got a good flow there, he's got a different flow there, and he knows where to break, but I've been told by numerous people that he's good on a bassline track, on a quick bassline track, you know. So, I mean, again, his flow's different.
We'll have to see what with Feds.
Yeah. Well, we'll get Fades round on an episode, and well, what do you call it? We'll have a chat with him and whatnot. I know the next one's got to be John Russell and the Machine. No, it's not. Next one's got to be breakdown of Had to Leave. Track breakdown. But I'm going to get Funked on as well. Like, Funk said he can do some, I don't know. He can put it all in and that lot, and he can pop up on screen at the same time. He doesn't even have to be here. But I don't know how to do that. No, I don't know how to do that, mate. I mean, first time we did a stream, wasn't it? There's a camera sat here, wasn't there, looking at the back of my head. But yeah. Yeah, so we'll get Fades in anyway. We've got a few other bits to do in that lot, haven't we? But this is something that we'll keep going. Who else is worth listening to? Collective.
Yeah.
What else? Oh,
we're all worth listening to.
Let's put on your thing. Your Collective. Let's put that on. You can run us through how you've worked this out.
Oh.
Who's this? Oh, look at this. Everyone's been jacking up things off of our channel, man.
What do you mean?
You know, like people pinching the videos, you know, because that one of Chip is there. It didn't get put up onto forgot to put it on Spotify, didn't I?
All right.
So people have just ripped it, and it's just been put up. But yeah, we'll have a look at this waiting games, and we'll you can run us through this because it's quite complex. It's quite complex, is how you've done this. I mean, it's excuse me, it's worth checking out. Where are you? He's just there talking tutty. Hang on, here he is. Look.
I've had enough of trying to call a brother bluff. I'm over acting like an undercover, looking to discover other information as to why the sucker wouldn't call a brother. In the meantime, you're talk blubber, and another reason that I'm leaving you with nothing more to say. I fitted you fitted the force when I spray. I make a million people feel the same way. Your body gonna twist and contort when I lay. Casted on stage, I'm drafted to play. Take a ride with Merlin, a magical journey. I let the law on a clown, call you damn bae. Need to be picked up when I'm on wordplay. So who the fuck are they fucking around with? When they can see that I'm cleaning your back clips. Like a body of water, I drown pricks. Oh God, there's no stopping this. Patiently, I'm waiting to be making money. Statements that say you're funny. All the talk is gassed on me. Ain't got the balls to run up on me saying Jack. When the night falls, you know that you've met a match. I'm metamorphed into a devilish cat. Take you out of this world, I won't bring you back. Remedy for enemies, preventing me from spraying the lane. They better stay in the lane, staying in the same aim. In the game, flying in the same plane with the same strange vision. My name's missing, I'm just hit spitting, sick ditting. Lyrics to eat kittens, admitting that I'm different. Wicked and not living, I'm giving what I'm giving. Rapping or I'm singing, I'm breaking the sound rhythm. Autonomous down ripping, call me, yeah, I'm clown killing. Enemies living, all the shit is still giving. Ain't got time for these waiting games.
That's mad, that. Mad, that, innit? Mad, innit? It's like when I first watched. Get off. Get off.
Yeah, pissed all over.
Yeah. What do you call it? Yeah, it's mad, that. But yeah. You want to run through how you started writing that, Kieran, with your rules? You want to drink, Matt?
So,
Can you just have some water, please?
Yeah, of course, man.
right, run everyone through it. Right, so with that one, it goes back to my little rule of 4. And we're not mumbling there, we go levels are up, sound. Yeah, so rule of 4 with that one, how I wrote that, it were, what I did, I tried getting as many of the rhyming words in such a short space as possible, but I was picking words that were specifically full of syllables, so that when I were doing it, it were because I'm a bit strange, me, so I like to use lyrics and vocals more in an instrumental kind of fashion. So I don't think so much about what I'm writing or what I'm saying. It's kind of more how it goes with the beat.
I seen it in IKEA. What? It's my little booster. I seen it in IKEA. Go on, sorry, Kieran.
It's like working with kids. Honest to God. It's just laziness, that's what's happened, Joe.
I've seen it in IKEA, man. It was 15 quid, man. I thought, come somewhere when they have a barbecue and that I can put some punch in it.
Sangria.
Yeah. Right. Scroll back to the video.
Scroll back to the video.
To the video, yeah. Get these whoppers off.
These whoppers.
I did just screenshot. Another reason that I'm living. Right, so start from the beginning of the bars. I'm gonna break it down for everyone here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No problem. Right, you ready, yeah?
Yep.
I've had enough of trying to call a brother bluff. I'm over acting like an undercover, looking to discover other information as to why the sucker wouldn't call a brother. In the meantime, you're talk blubber and another.
So, we've got at the beginning, I've had enough of trying to call a brother.
Yeah.
Bluff a mother. So instead of saying motherfucker, I'm saying mother. What were the other ones? It's been that long. This track is like 4 or 5 years old, quite easily.
I'm leaving you with nothing more to say. I fitted you fitted the force when I
spray. So that bit there. I feel that you're feeling the force when I spray. Make a million man feel the same way. Is it, yeah, come on.
You just need a producer in the background.
Right, roll it back again. Never been much of a teacher. Stage, play, journey, bear,
I'm on wordplay.
Clear.
So who the fuck are they fucking around with? When they can see that I'm cleaning your back clips. Like a body of water, I drown pricks. Oh God, there's no stopping this. Patiently, I'm waiting to be making money.
Stop it there. So I've got patiently, I'm waiting to be making money.
They say you're funny, all the talk is gas to dummies. Ain't got the balls to run up on me saying Jack. When the night falls, you know that you've met a match. I metamorph into a devilish cat. Take you out of this world, I won't bring you back. Remedy for enemies, preventing me from spraying the lane.
So there I've got it filled up. I've got remedy for enemies, preventing me from spraying a lane. Staying in the same lane with the same aim. So I'm trying to fill as much in as possible within such a short space of time. Keeping the infill words nice and simple, whereas the main words that I'm using to rhyme, I'm trying to get in as many syllables within the word that's possible to get in. It was a really difficult one to write that. So instead of keeping it as a case of like usually when I'm rapping it'd be like jump to the beat, I'm about to move down, see me on the rhythm, I'm here with my sound. You know, I'd keep it long but make sure that I were emphasising the rhyming word, whereas that it's preventing my enemies from spraying a lane, preventing my enemies from spraying a lane, staying in the same aim on the same game. So I'm trying to keep it in like dum da dum da dum da dum dum.
So it's like filling it out and keeping it punching. It does punch, like it is full. I don't think there's any more room on that track for another single word, to be honest. Like
to breathe on that, God.
Yeah.
There's very, 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 very short spaces, so you've got to like. So even like before I started it, it's like I've had enough of trying to call a brother bluff from other acting like an undercover, looking to discover other information as to why the sucker wouldn't call a brother. In the meantime, you'll talk blubber and another reason that I'm leaving you with not what I say. I feel you fit in the force when I spray. So I'm trying to like
I get what you're saying.
It's
so
more
you're
like
rhyming
more like an
throughout,
instrument as opposed to thinking about what I'm saying in it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you sort of like keep to a certain sort of context of what you're speaking about, no matter what you put down, it'll sit within the parameters of what you're trying to talk about.
Do you find it difficult to write to hip hop compared to house music or something? Do you find it easier?
No. Bassline for me, I think because I've done bassline and MCing for that long, I don't see it as. I find it difficult to write a story to bassline because I'm not used to freestyling.
Yeah.
Whereas when I'm writing to rap, I'm a bit more in depth and a bit more sort of like trying to construct a story, like that one that I put in group months and months ago, that Live on Air's one. I was going through a really bad time with my mental health. I'd tried attempting to take my own life, and instead of doing that, I put it onto paper and wrote the song out. And for me to get past that sort of bad time in my life, I thought to myself, right, I just want to release it and just get it out there, do you know what I mean? And then it's like that weight off my shoulders sort of thing. So I think with the rap I can get a lot more emotional, and I sort of get in tune with the stuff that I sort of don't keep on the surface, whereas with the bassline you can be about the streets, you talk about riding the motorbikes, driving your cars, partying, drinking, whereas I utilise rap because it's a lot more slower and you can sort of speak in a way that people are more willing to listen. Someone who's wanting to listen to rap music, nine times out of 10 they're wanting to listen to something where they can sit down, like Tupac for example. So some people will listen to it and be able to relate to everything that he said, so they'll listen to that to get in that sort of mood, so to speak.
You find that though, with winter and summer, I find that winter and summer, in winter it's like I do it myself, I'll listen to more rap music or hip hop music through winter than you do in summer, because in summer you won't get away with like talking about it's a different sort of kettle of fish altogether, innit, you know what I mean, when you're coming into winter compared to summer. Like summer, if you put an organ track out in summer, it's got to do far better than it would do in winter, right, and vice versa, you know what I'm saying. You put out a hip hop track, as you say, it's got to be relatable. But
I think a lot of that as well, though, because we're such a small country and it's quite a multicultural country, no matter what city you go. Like when I went to America, it was mental, bro. Like you drive so far down the road and your radio station had completely cut out from what you're listening to, and then it'd just jump into like a Spanish channel or something because there's that much space. You're going in that area where it's more your Hispanic people, and it's sort of everything's a bit more segregated. So then you'd start getting closer to like Los Angeles itself, and then you'd get like dedicated rap channels, dedicated pop channels, country channels. Do you know, it was weird. Whereas here you've got a culmination of everything, and there's a lot of like influence from culture around the British music. So like you say, with the winter and summer, that's a lot to do with like, because everyone's in it together, so to speak, over here, you know what I mean?
And that comes back to that point of thingy, doesn't it? Like making sense of your lyrics and that. Like, it's all good going on and saying, I do this and do that and I drive a Ferrari and rah, and it's like, but half of the shit they're talking about is like, half it's not true and that. And I think a lot of people are picking up on that now, aren't they? You know what I mean? It's what they call it, rap cap, and that is. I don't think it sells. It's like I've said this a few times as well. It's like next year, is it got to be? Is that sort of like that vibe of like being like that sort of like Chava MC? Is that still got to swing it next year? Because like you got to bear in mind your audience as well is growing up as well. What is listening to? So if you are growing with them or your lyrics are sort of moving along with them, it's like you're stuck there and these are over here, so you're losing that crowd. You might be bringing a new one in, but you're also losing that crowd as, you know what I mean?
The times change, what's the probability of that crowd following?
It's like your slang words and stuff as well.
Yeah.
Slang words change.
Yeah.
I mean, look at what we probably used to say.
Well, true,
when we were younger.
This is what Mark was saying. It's like, what would you call it, dinger? I said back in the day we called it a ringer. Well, like nowadays, a ringer means arsehole, doesn't it? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's like, that's what you called them back in the day, ringed up right, doesn't it? You know what I mean?
But on that aspect as well, you'll see it a lot more on social media, that a lot more younger kids are doing a lot more daft stuff. And for me, I hate it because as much as everyone wants to hear it, I don't want to give off that image. At the same time, do you know what I mean? I don't want to be that influence, but that's what people are listening to, and that's what half cripples me a little bit sometimes. Because the more that you try and talk sense to people on music, the less they want to listen.
Well, yeah,
the more
that's
you
true,
speak about the violence and what you're seeing on a daily basis on the streets, the more people love it, and it's like, how backwards are you?
But if you, it's true enough, innit? It's like they did it in America, didn't they? Like, they did it in America where like this gangster rap thing, it come to like that. It was being funded by certain private sectors, wasn't it? What had a hand in the private prison system and that one, and sort of to influence them, to get more people in and they make more money. You know what I mean? But as you say. It's what's the word? What's the thing? Horses for courses, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's all that. But like Fade says, emotional rap helps a lot, and it does. A lot of people can relate to it. Like Marky B's Mind Thoughts. You know what I mean? It's like me and our lass were saying that we ate too much takeaway food, and Marky said in there, I want to eat good, but I'm still eating shit. You know what I mean? Even though I'm not supposed to be. You know what I mean? And she laughed at it, and that, you know what I mean? And it's stuff like that. If you have that sort of intelligence to be able to talk about your own life from a third person point of view and then make it all rhyme together, you know what I mean? And but you've got to make it relatable. But then on the flip side is if we go back to being relatable on house music, is one of the reasons I think the KTMs worked was you can drive through Bradford any day of the week and see it go far. Or a Porsche Cayenne or a KTM or a YZ, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And these people pulling cash machines out of walls, and I know you get a lot of comments on there saying that these men have done none of that, but we aren't talking about ourselves. It's, you know what I mean? As
speaking about what you're seeing,
what you're seeing and that, innit? You know what I mean? Yeah. But like people want to, everything's taken out of context nowadays, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's all taken out of context and that, but and then obviously there's just some blatant stuff what you see and.
It does make you giggle sometimes though, because 99.9% of the time people who are saying that have never even left the bedroom.
Well, yeah.
So they've no room to speak. There's just trolls everywhere, and you just got to get on with it. It's part of life.
It's true. Let's have a run through this one then. But this is another one as well. When we wrote the hook to this, I think it was Funked that was saying the importance of breaks.
Yo, Funk, come in and fuck.
Man are out here ramming ATMs. Big YZs.
Like, man are out here ramming ATMs.
Pause.
Big YZs in the KTMs. Does that break there so people can process it and, like, you know what I mean, and go along with it?
Go fires and Mercedes Benz. Spinning around the ends in the Porsche Cayennes. Yo, man are out here ramming ATMs. Big YZs and the KTMs.
Thing as well.
Go fires and Mercedes Benz. Spinning around the ends in the Porsche Cayennes.
Back lane kicking on a Bergman scooter. Next day ripping in a German cruiser.
I mean, it does work, and to try and replicate that, no, I don't think I will, because that was sort of, I don't know, it took 2 hours to write that track.
Yeah.
That is like literally like you remember putting it in group, and you would say like bring the organ down, and like just laid 3 organs up and didn't widen them and nothing. I took it around funks and that, and he was like, need to do this, this, and this. Another thing what's worth mentioning as well is your hooks and your 16 or your verses in your hooks. The hooks have to be a lot more. They have to be louder.
Yeah.
And they have to be more vibrant and in your face a bit more. And it's like Funk was saying, like when we were recording that was. Go alpha lever on the hook and then tone it down a bit on the 16, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So it's one of them. I mean, that is relatable. I mean, for people
with
who
that
have
hook,
that.
a lot of it's like it's the words that have been chosen after the breaks. They're quite prominent.
Yeah.
Words that are in your face, so it's continuously like man about here. I mean, ATMs, big YZs, and KTMs. Do you know what I mean? Everything's like it's slapping. Even with the breaks, you're coming back in with a boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
It was alright that I wrote the hook in the van for that one. I was struggling on that last bar for ages. I was struggling. What is it? I can't remember it now. Yeah, like I can remember asking. I think I asked Mark. I said, "How do you say Porsche? Is it Cayenne or Cayenne?" And he was like, "What?" I was like, "Cayenne or Cayenne?" It's like Cayenne. I was like, "Sweet Mercedes Benz Cayennes and that," and I sent it through. And like, it was right though. He wasn't wrong with that, was he? But I tell you what, Had to Leave's catching it though, innit?
Yeah.
It's catching it rapid, innit?
Fast.
So I'm intrigued to
631.
So I'm intrigued to see which one reaches 1 million first.
I think with that one, it's so memorable as well for people that are listening to it. It just catches you straight away, and once you've got it, and every time you listen to it,
yeah. Because you've got one, haven't you, Kieran, haven't you?
Wow.
Let us just load up this track. Did I send you this track?
Obviously not.
No, maybe not.
No, maybe not.
No, we got a few. No, we got a few. Like we got a few.
What's popping? I like new stuff.
I think you've heard it, haven't you?
I'm not sure.
I think you've heard it. I think I sent you it anyway. But yeah, I think it's the simplicity as well. I lock cloud activate. Oh, I'll tell you what I got today. Universal Audio doing 3 months subscription for 99p, mate, and I just downloaded it. Yeah, I'll show you it. Yeah, I'll show you it in a minute. I'll show you it in a minute.
Oh, all right.
It's good. No, it's good. That fucking PC, man.
I'm just waiting to see what this is. What I'm supposed to have been sent there. I don't know.
Let me see. Let me get it played through. Like,
is this from last session?
No, this is.
What is this? What does this have on?
I'll see if it plays first. Because yeah, what's it playing at? This is where I need sound because I'm relatively new to output configuration.
Funk to get on phone.
Oh no! I tell you what. I
Can you tell us what?
No, I did download it. I did export it. They're playing. Yeah, I don't know how to get Ableton and run through that, to be honest.
What's this?
This is what I made the other day. It's the first track I made on Ableton.
Oh.
So.
Chances, you told too many lies.
But like, you know that hook what you sent, that one, what you think, that it'd work on that, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I've switched that around as well. That sounds even better as well.
But
Where you come with that fucking organ, bro?
You know
my friends, where'd that organ come from, bro?
That organ?
Nice,
this is what I wanted to show you, but I can't. Like, Reason, I was like, I've sacked Reason off, because Reason just like, I don't know, it doesn't support VST3 or alt, but I'll show you. I got it. They're laid up, them ones are laid up, but plugins.
I'll be honest with you, I'm not liking looking at the table one.
Nah, it's easy, man. That's what I was saying to Funk. Yeah, it's like I don't like it. It's different, but you've got to give it a chance. Can you see something that says organ on there?
Bro, have you not seen my computer screen?
No.
It's a 65-inch TV, and you want me to see if I can see it writing on that?
Yeah, we like that every 2 seconds, aren't you?
I'm blind, me. My screen like takes up all that space. It's stupid.
It's that one on that. It is layered, but what did I do? I put a lot of saturation and overdrive on it, and a bit of overdrive, and what do you call it? Oh, what's this doing? What do you call it? Sam come round and sorted it out as well. I don't know if I can get it to play, but
right,
it's an organ. So it's what it is it's Universal Audio's waterfall organ. Actually, as I should show these we're watching, like, but yeah, and it's got all the drawbars and everything on it, mate. You could just make any sound you want to make on it.
Well, I've got some similar on Logic.
I tell you, it's overlooked, man. Overlooked. I tell you.
Probably won't be as new as that.
But like, the thing is,
but they're good then.
Yeah, they are good. But you know how much you're wanting for them if you aren't subscribing. So you've got to buy the hardware, and you can't have the software without 1 subscribing or 2 buying the hardware, because the hardware is the unlock key for the software. So I mean, it is one of them. I mean, I'm just subscribing to see what I like, but I think there's only a couple bits I like anyway. But yeah, I mean, that's everything we've gone through, innit? I mean,
is there anything anyone wants to know before we?
Don't think no one's watching us, bro. But I mean, as we say anyway, everything's got to be uploaded straight up onto the Collective TV channel, so that'll be there forever now. His next episode is in 2 weeks, so it's got to be every Sunday at 2 o'clock, 6 o'clock even, and we'll have different guests in. Kieran will be back a lot because one, he knows how to play piano better than I do, and gets into depth. So we'll get Matt back. We'll get other people in affair to that. We've got John Russell coming in after Christmas to talk machine, because it's a new bit of kit that is due in to the home studio. And what do you call it? Yeah, so we're back every 2 weeks. We'll see how long we can keep it up for, but I'll be chuntering away anyway by myself in needs be, but you know. But yeah, so
I'll come and join you. It'll be like a old man waffle Sunday.
Yeah, well, I mean, people can come back to it, can't they? They can come back and chime in and out whenever they want. So yeah, but thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you on next one. Peace out, motherfuckers.